to get a good idea of Mica's current level of fitness, Jackie took her through a series of stretches and exercises. She started off with a basic warm-up and stretch, followed by some cardio, and then onto weights to sculpt and tone her body.
Well, Mica, I've taken you through a thorough physical examination and fitness test. So let's talk a bit about your aerobic stuff. How did that feel? Was that quite difficult?
Oh, it's a bit difficult because I'm a little bit tired anyway.
Yeah.
So you killed me, yeah.
The thing is, that intensity is how fast or hard we want you to go, okay, to maintain the aerobic fitness that you've got. It's not bad at all. It's quite a high level, and that shows that you've been doing that sort of training. How much training have you been doing a week?
3 times a week.
Yeah, well, that shows, even though you were tired, you were able to keep up and keep going, which was fantastic. So 35 to 40 minutes of that a week will be fantastic. On the weights, you did very well on the weights, but again, that's an area that we could improve on because you need to develop your strength a bit more. And that will keep you toned, your body tightly knitted together and support your skeleton. So your muscles need a little bit more work, and that will be 5, that will be great improvement. And then your stretching, your calves seem a bit tight and your upper back and shoulders. Does that tend to be an area where you could take a lot of stress in your back?
My calves are tight because I don't always stretch when I go running.
Yes, so if you're going for a run afterwards, make sure you stretch out your calves. And also, if you've been standing all day in the studio or even on stage, afterwards just give them a little stretch and that will help you to feel a bit more relaxed overall, and your back. Also, your body will become imbalanced. If you're carrying your daughter with one hand and then you'll be stretched to balance it out. And I think that will be fine.
Physical fitness is important. And just like all of us, Mica sometimes struggles to fit enough of this into her week. Here are some of Jackie's top tips to get her blood pumping. Varying the type of cardio work she does each week will keep her interested in her exercise. She can change her routine each time to keep it fresh. Stretching is really important. It conditions and prepares the body for the workout ahead, reducing the risk of injury throughout the workout. Do light weights 2 to 3 times a week to help tone and increase her metabolic rate. A denser muscle mass burns more calories when resting.
So, Mica, tell me a bit about what's going on in your head. What makes you tick?
What makes me tick is achieving my goals. I'm thinking about achieving my goals maybe on average 24 hours a day.
Well, I would say that you'd need to take a little bit more time out where you can actually sit down and think about nothing. So for 15 minutes in the morning or 15 minutes at night, let's have a look at you just taking time, sitting down, thinking of absolutely nothing, giving your mind some time off. What keeps you awake at night? Will it be this constant racing?
Yeah, constantly thinking about what I achieved in a day and what do I have to do the next day. I'm what you would call a real workaholic. When it gets too much, I'll just run off and sit by the water and look at the water.
So you tend to be up, you'll make a mad dash and you can do a big splurge of like work, and then you'll have to go flat down.
Yeah, I kind of just, I have to head out.
So what I would seek to do is to create some endurance and some longevity so that we don't have this massive peak and then this massive drop. We want to keep things steady so we go along in life a bit more at a steady pace.
Absolutely.
So that you can go for longer. You need to achieve your goals, and in order to do that you need to be upright. Yeah. So
You're right, you're absolutely right.
Are you happy at the moment?
Yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with my career, my children. My life is good. It's very hectic. I ain't going to tell a lie. It's mental at the moment, but
you find that stimulating?
Yeah, because I'm more happier now because I'm doing music again.
Yeah.
And that is my first love, and to be able to be performing on stage and stuff is, it's just great.
Do you ever get nervous or anxious about your work?
No, I don't get anxious about my work. I get nervous just before I go on stage.
Yes.
I go through this fear. It's about 5 minutes. That's all it is. It's just 5 minutes before I hit the stage. I go into a complete, oh my God, am I going to be any good? Oh my God, is the voice going to be there? It happens every time. It's been happening all my life. And the minute I start singing 2 lines of the song, I'm gone.
So before you go on stage, you have a bit of performance anxiety and self-doubt. So we could work a bit on that and in your self-talk about talking about how fantastic you are. visualising how everyone's going to be so happy, what a great career you've had, how brilliant your voice is, and then instead of having that anxiety, you'll actually have this massive glow of energy of, I am going to do this is going to be a wonderful experience.
I'll tell you, well, that sounds great. I'd love to bottle that and take it to work. That'd be great. But it's just...
It is possible, yeah. We can do that.
You know what it is? The thing is, it's like, it's more a thing of you just want it to be great. And because it's not yours...
Yes.
My vocal is... My voice has just always been there.
A gift.
It's a gift, you know, and I've never had to train it or do anything for it to be there. That's why I'm quite intimidated by it.
Well, it will always be there, and you've got to talk to it and talk to yourself a bit more just before you go on stage, and you'll be absolutely fine, as you always are. And once you start singing, it's game over.
Having a busy work and home life is enough to stress out the best of us. Mica in particular has these strains constantly in her daily life. Here are some tips on how to curb this and keep the strain at bay. Mica needs to take time out to sit in silence and quiet her racing mind. She needs to take life at a more even and steady pace. Mica suffers from performance anxiety before a show, so she needs to look at all the positive success she has had and continues to produce. If Mica follows this advice, she will find that she's able to concentrate on her work for longer. Next up, we delve into Mica's lifestyle.
With all the work going on and all you're rushing about, constantly thinking about your next project, what do you do to socialise? When does that happen?
You want to know the truth? I don't really socialise unless there's a work opportunity in it. And that's really sad to say that. But it's like, in my business, that's where the work gets done, when you socialise.
OK, so your family, where are they?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday is the day where I cook for everyone, and everyone comes over. My dad, my mum, people come over and visit me at my house with the kids and the cousins and all that. And we have the cookout day and we hang out. Sunday is the family and friends. Saturday is my day.
Well, it looks like you need to, in order to balance your life a bit, you need to get out there and play a bit more with your peers and with other people, visit the arts and take some stimulation a bit more from different things that you wouldn't ordinarily do. Do you ever paint or do anything with
I draw.
I
sketch. My dad's an artist and I do it when I haven't done it for ages. I haven't done it for about 4 years, but I used to always sketch at home.
So that might be something that you could do that is pleasurable, that brings you joy, and gets you to lock into yourself a bit more. You're
absolutely right. I didn't
where
think of
you
that.
would actually be doing something that is completely different to that is not work-based. There's no, performance involved. There's no time schedule, or there's no stipulations on it like work that would help you to switch your brain off.
That's the only time I really do sort of switch off is when I'm painting or drawing.
Yes.
I completely
There
just
is
switch
always
off.
something. There is must be something you can do. And when you go out, do you drink? How much alcohol do you have?
Do I drink? My goodness. I mean, I love vodka and slimline tonic. And I would just drink that. I mean, I'll drink that all night. It's the only drink that doesn't give me a hangover the next day.
Right. So you're having a clean alcohol, which is great, and that's vodka is known for not giving hangovers because it's a pure spirit.
To have a hangover.
And you need to go to work the next day.
Work the next day. Absolutely.
And what's happening with the alcohol? It's slowing down your metabolic rate, and it's basically making your body store more calories as fat. Okay, we need to cut down on the number of units. I think the government says it's 4 units per night.
Really?
Yeah.
But you see, what I do is, I only go out once a week, and that's when I make up for. That's the bad
but
side.
that is the problem.
That's the worst, isn't it?
That's the worst
Well, they call
type
it
of
binge
drink.
drinking, right?
You named it.
How many am I allowed to drink then?
4 units, that's 4 measures of vodka with lots of tonic. And then mix in some water to curb the dehydration. Try and mix in some other drinks, a bit of juice just to keep the blood sugar level from plummeting.
Right.
Trick your body a bit with it, play with it a bit and just experiment a bit more. Because you seem to be someone you've got your set things, and you'll continue on that set route. Flexibility. Open the door a bit more.
Having time to relax with family and friends is a key factor in well-being. Here are Jackie's tips on how Mica can improve this part of her life. Mica loves the arts and needs to make more time in her life to nurture her inner self. She loves to draw and needs to start painting again because it's not work, it's purely pleasure. Although it's good for her to socialise, Mica must not binge drink. She should be more flexible and try to drink water or low-calorie beverages in between the booze.
Right, Mica, this is my verdict on your health check. Let's begin with your diet. Your diet is basically excellent. There are only 2 prescriptions that I would really like to make there. Number 1, I'd like to say we need more emergency food in your cupboards and in your freezer. So a few more beans and stuff like that, and vegetables, tinned fish, you know, just in case you don't get enough time to do that shop, there's something in there that you can, you know, eat. Secondly, I'd like to say that we need to have a little bit more carbohydrate in your diet, in the form of, you know, brown rice would be fantastic. Simply because you're giving out a lot of energy, we need to put a bit more, make sure you're supported by carbohydrate, and that's the job of that food. Not a massive amount. With your oats blended in over the course of a week, a couple of portions of rice will be fine. In regards to your mental health, basically, we need to slow your mind back down a little bit, because it's racing a lot, and it will either go pound, pound, pound forward and then crash. Now, what we want to do is stabilise that. So again, I'd like you to take 10 to 15 minutes out each morning or night, it can be one or the other, where you just give yourself a time to just sit and think of nothing. Very difficult thing to do, but you'll see the benefits of it. You'll just feel really refreshed. In regards to your body is great. It's very strong, and aerobically, from the singing and the running that you're doing, I can't see that there'd be any problems there. The only thing I would like to say is that in order to keep it toned, we need to do some weight-bearing exercise. 1.5, you might be a 2-session person, but I think 1 to 2 hours a week, you know,
that'd be great.
Would
That's
be
good.
fantastic. It would be enough to keep that under control and really firm. In regards to your lifestyle, I would say that you're meeting and greeting all your friends and family. You do manage to fit an awful lot in, okay? You've got a lot of energy and you fit it all in. But I'd like to say, let's do something that's creative again for yourself. Nurture yourself and get a bit, so that drawing that we talked about earlier, having a bit of time to do that will just relax you and put you in a different space, and I think reap benefits. You'll just feel a lot better as a whole. Okay?
Thank you very much. Well, I really learned a lot today. I actually thought that I was living a really healthy lifestyle, because I spend my time pretty much telling everyone that they need to take care of themselves. Obviously, I also need to take care of myself as well. And Jackie was very correct about a lot of stuff and showed me a lot of things I didn't realise. That I need more carbohydrates, that I need to cut down my alcohol consumption, and that, you know, I need some more me time, which is what I'm always telling everyone else. So it's kind of got hit between the eyes today, but she's very good, and I'm taking it all on board, and I'm going to change my life.